It is Hearts versus Livingston. Two teams with a lot in common. Two teams in the bottom six of the Cinch Premiership. Two teams coming off back-to-back defeats in the Scottish Premiership. And two teams with managers who have baldy nappers. Welcome back, guys, to Son of Scotland TV. The only difference in the managers is that Davy Martindale has proved that he's got a footballing brain inside his baldy dome, whereas I don't think Stephen Naismith has proved that yet. Maybe he will do it though against Livy. Two teams struggling. The only difference is I think Hearts are not supposed to be struggling. We're supposed to be in the top six. As for Livy, you can accept that Livingston 10 points after 10 games, averaging a point per game. That's acceptable for Livingston. That's Livingston's kind of standard. We're not supposed to be blown away by Livy, but at the moment I've been blown away by Hearts and how shite we've been under Stephen Naismith. So I'm hoping it will change here against Livy. Something else that's interesting about this matchup is it could potentially be David Martindale's last game. Yes, it could be his last game in charge of Livingston. He is a hot favourite for the St Johnstone job, and it might just be a matter of time before he is appointed the manager. So I don't think anything's going to happen now. But if he is going to be appointed, I would imagine it's probably going to happen before the weekend. So this is a chance that if he is going to take the job, he will play, or should I say, he will manage his very last game in charge of Livingston. Does that help us? Does that hinder us? I'm not entirely sure. What should help us is we've got Lowry back. Yes, Lowry, obviously ineligible to play against Rangers due to him being on loan, but we have him back now for the tie against Livingston. And I mean, the way he played against Celtic, I'm not sure I want him back, but Alex Lowry is a good player. He just hasn't been able to show it last two games. Obviously, he was crap against Celtic, and he wasn't allowed to play against Rangers. If he returns to the team against Livy, he might be able to do something. Now, in terms of the starting 11, it's going to be interesting to see who will start for us. We know that Cammy Devlin and Forrest did not play. They did not start, on Saturday. And I think they should have. I think Alan Forrest is showing more than Fargas. I would certainly go with Fargas over Forrest. And I mean, I'd certainly go with Forrest over Fargas. Jesus Christ. And Cammy Devlin as well. I would certainly have Cammy Devlin in there instead of Benenjami and Grant. So I would try and get both of those back into the team. I think Shankland had a good game against Rangers, so I'm hoping that he can have another similar game. He scored in his last two matches, back-to-back goals against the Old Firm, which is not an easy feat, so hopefully he can make it 3 goals in 3 games and get another goal against Livingston. As for the lineup though, we're still not going to have Craig Gordon back, which is disappointing, but I think it's going to be soon. I think we could see Craig Gordon back in November. November is looking good for the return of Craig Gordon, so I can't wait to see Gordon back in a Hearts shirt. Someone I don't really want to see back though is Toby Sibbick after that mistake that he made against Rangers. I don't really want to see Haring, to be honest, either, and I don't think Haring will play. But at the moment, I think with the injury to Atkinson, it's more than likely that Sibbick will play in the back, and it will probably be Sibbick, Kent, Rose and Cochrane. In terms of the front three though, I think Shankland's a given. I do expect Lowry to go back in there, and I'm just sick of Fargas. I just don't really need to see Fargas playing. I think we've got better players than Fargas. I'm not saying the guy can't come good, but at the moment he certainly isn't showing enough for me to be starting games. Bring him on as a sub maybe, but not starting games. He just hasn't shown enough, so I don't want to see Fargas start. I'd take anybody over Fargas right now, whether it be Alan Forrest or an Oda. I like Oda. I don't know why Oda doesn't get more game time, but yeah, for me, Fargas should not be starting in this match against Livingston. But in terms of our prediction, we've not been scoring goals. We're struggling to score goals. We've got, I think 10 goals in 11 games. We're averaging less than a goal a game at the moment, and that's just not good enough for Hearts, and we're conceding slightly more than a goal a game. So something has to change, because at the moment, we're not playing well enough. We're not getting good enough results. I say something has to change. What should change is the manager. It should be Stephen Naismith. He should be gone. But unfortunately, I think we're going to have to lose a few more games before we get to that stage. But it could be here. We could certainly lose to Livingston. They're a hard team to beat. They're always solid. I believe their defeat against Dundee at the weekend was their first defeat to a non-Old Firm side in the league this season. So, you know, they've shown that they are very difficult to beat, and I'm sure we will have a difficult time beating them. I'm going to give Hearts the benefit of doubt. I'm going to say Hearts win this one by a goal to nil. But I certainly wouldn't be surprised if we see a low-scoring draw. And hope, God forbid, Livingston get a small victory, a marginal victory. But if they do, and it means Stephen Naismith leaves, then I'd probably accept that right now, because I just don't see us improving. I don't see us going anywhere under Stephen Naismith. So yeah, it's a battle of the Baldies. It's Hearts versus Livy. It is Naismith versus Martindale. We'll have to wait and see what the outcome is, guys, tomorrow night. But I'm going to go 1-0 to Hearts. I'm being optimistic. I'm backing my team. I'm backing the Jambos. Will that prove to be a smart decision, or will it be heart over head? We'll find out tomorrow. Till next time, though, guys, let me know your prediction down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.